Gang, what's going on? Okay, so I said, let me go ahead and come on back because I said I would see y'all tonight or see y'all later. So yes, you caught alive. Welcome, 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 welcome. Who got here first? Aquarius Bay, Dr. Lori. What's going on? Paging Dr. Lori. Staged, excuse me, strange days. Hey boo, how are you? How's everyone doing? Okay, it's Friday Eve. Um, it's Thursday night. Let's get into this. Tomorrow we'll look at TikTok. I couldn't do it tonight. So I said, but let's read these complaints real quick. Nakia Holmes, who is one of the former owners of the Turkey Leg Hut, she's already out of jail. Yeah. So earlier when we were looking this up and I couldn't find it, the reason I couldn't find it is because I think is that she was probably in the process of bailing out at that moment. And when I was looking her up, it wouldn't come up. And then I looked her up by her like her booking number, and then it said she was no longer. Let me see if I can pull this. This is not it. Hold on. I took a screenshot. That's of course. Oh, it's a screenshot, so it'll be somewhere else. Just a second. And so when I pulled it up, it said that she was no longer an inmate. Um, is this it? I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this. Anyway, she's out. It stated that she's no longer in. Let me see how I can pull this up. Yeah, at 13:53. So what was that? Almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Texas time. Well, it said 13:53, so I don't know if that converted over to my time or not, but it was 13:53. It said, um, Nakia Holmes is not in jail. So she had already been released, I guess, at that point. Anyway, let's read the complaint. I'll have to post that because it's in pictures and I don't know, it won't, I can't pull it up the way it is right now, like to share it on my screen. Um, or I'll have to do it a different way. So, well, you know what? Let me do it like this. Okay, I know how to do it. I had to think for a second. How can I share this picture with it not being a JPEG? Okay, I got you. Let me see. Here it is. Screenshot. This one. So that's when she was in there, but I guess she got her surety bond. All right, let me pull the other one up. Um, we like a receipt. And then there was this one. Because I was like, why can I not pull this up? And then there she is again. It said is not in jail. So she must have been bonding out when we were trying to look her up. She must have, because I could not figure out why I couldn't click on it. Remember earlier, if you go to the earlier live, we looked her up at the sheriff's department and I could not click on her name and you could see it, but I couldn't click on it. So maybe, some sheriff's department, like if you get arrested, you'll be able to pull it up, whether they're in house or not. And maybe they only provide in house look up. So if you're currently housed versus once you're released, maybe you fall off the system. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's get into it real quick. There was a report because I was looking to see what the local news was saying. So I found something. Let's see what they had to say, and then I'll read her complaint, and then I pulled the boyfriend's complaint too.
Well, today at 5, the turkey leg hut is back on the news. One of the original owners is now facing felony charges for allegedly hindering the arrest of a felon. Her boyfriend, that is. Fox's Leslie Delisboy.
Did I get it from the district clerk's office? I got it from Harris County Clerk of Court's office. Was there something different at the district clerk? I've got the probable cause, and I've got the probable cause statement with the I've got the probable cause with the statement. Did you have something else? If you have something else and you want to send it to me, please feel free to do so.
Is live at Harris County Criminal Courthouse with what exactly happened here. Leslie.
That's right. Nakia Holmes is charged for allegedly letting her boyfriend stay with her while he was wanted for allegedly beating his ex. Court records say Holmes let Johnathan Saizon stay at her home in Cyprus while there was a warrant out for his arrest. Investigators say he beat his ex with a tire iron and kidnapped her at her home earlier this month. According to court records, after officers saw Saizon at Holmes' home in Cyprus, they questioned her during a traffic stop, and she denied knowing him and told them he was not at her home. Later, court records say during the traffic stop, a different set of officers who were at Holmes' home told her that Saizon was seen jumping her fence, and then her story allegedly changed. Now, the district attorney's office tells us that Holmes' bond is currently set at $10,000. Back to you.
So, Leslie, what more do we know about why exactly Johnathan Saizon was wanted in the first place?
Yeah, so court records claim that Saizon went to his ex's home to pick up some shoes, and then when she let him in, he forced her into a vehicle, hitting her with the fist and tire iron repeatedly. Now, court records also say that she was held against her will for 6 hours, and court records also say that Saizon dropped his ex off at the hospital after she told him that she would not press charges. Now, coming up tomorrow, both Saizon and Holmes will make their appearance in court. Reporting live from the Harris County Criminal Courthouse, Leslie Dellis for Fox 26 News.
All right, Leslie.
That's just ridiculous.
Thanks for that live update. And we do have a special section called The Rise and Fall of the Turkey Leg Hut over on Fox Local. It documents how the restaurant went from being a tourist destination to shutting down last year. Fox Local is free for your smart TV and your phone.
Well, we might have to catch that. Okay. Let's pivot over here. So this is the probable cause statement where it lists her $10,000 bond, all of that. It's pretty short, but it says allegedly officers observed wanted suspect at defendant's residence. Defendant left residence for a short time. Wanted suspect observed at the end of defendant's driveway. Defendant returned and then left with a third party. Officer conducted a traffic stop. Defendant refused to answer if anyone was at her residence. Officers told defendant that wanted suspect observed at defendant's residence had warrants for his arrest. Defendant stated no one else was at her home and had no knowledge of wanted suspect. Officers were notified wanted suspect was fleeing defendant's home during the traffic stop, jumping the back fence. Defendant changed story and said she picked up wanted suspect's mother. Wanted suspect told defendant he believed a cop passed by and told her to look. Defendant returned and said she did not know if wanted suspect left or was hiding. They probably were like, ma'am, turn around. Ma'am, turn around. Like, that's like, we're done. This is ridiculous. Okay. Now, I don't have his narrative redacted, So I'm not going to pull it up on the screen just because I don't feel like having to edit this, just to be honest. So we'll put this nice picture up and let's get into it. This is the reason why Sir is wanted. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. Um so he's got aggravated assault and he's got two. Let's see. I'm not sure if these are both the same, but we'll see. They're like slightly different. So I'll read one first and then we'll see where the differences are. One's for aggravated assault, one's for aggravated kidnapping. Let's see. So it's stating, okay, before me, the undersigned district attorney of Harris County, Texas, on the day appeared the undersigned affiant who under oath says that he has good reason to believe and does believe that Harris County, Texas, Johnathan Saizon hereafter styled the defendant heretofore on October 8th. So that was pretty recently. That was like a little over a week ago. Did then and here unlawfully, intentionally, knowingly cause bodily harm to, and we're just going to say victim, okay? Um, Hereafter styled the complaint, the person with whom the defendant had a dating relationship by striking the complainant with a tire iron, and the defendant used and exhibited deadly weapon, namely the tire iron, during the commission of the offense. Probable cause. The affiant D. Bradford am a certified peace officer employed by Harris County Precinct 7 Constable Office. Affiant has reason to believe and does believe that Johnathan hereafter, I'm not going to keep saying his whole name, but the defendant Johnathan, hereafter, the defendant committed the offense of aggravated kidnapping and assault October 8th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas. Affiant bases their belief on the following facts. October 8th, 2025 at approximately 0333, Affiant responded to a family disturbance in the block of let's say, I'm not going to say the street name. If you pull the report you'll see it, but in the 3800 block of a street, okay, located in Harris County. Affiant arrived on the scene and made contact with the victim's son, hereafter complainant's son. So there's the complainant who's the victim, and there's the complainant's son, who stated that his mother, the victim, hereafter the complainant, was currently at the hospital due to her ex-boyfriend kidnapping her and beating her. Complainant's son said that his mom wanted him to call the police. Complainant's son said that his mom was willing to speak with the officers regarding the incident. After gathering information from the complainant's son, affiant met the complainant and her daughter at the hospital outside in the parking lot where the complainant gave the affiant her statement. Complainant stated that around 4 p.m., her ex-boyfriend, Johnathan, the defendant, came to the house to get some shoes he left over there after they broke up. Complainant opened the garage and let him in. He then proceeded to assault her by grabbing her and forcing her into his vehicle. Complainant said that the defendant then drove away and began striking her in the face with a closed fist repeatedly. Complainant said defendant then took the tire iron and struck her in the head and face repeatedly. Based on the affiant's training and experience, affiant knows what a tire iron can be considered considered a deadly weapon and is capable of producing serious bodily injury and or death. Complainant said that the defendant held her against her will for 6 hours, and the defendant proceeded to physically assault her the whole time. Complainant said that said the way she got him to release her was that she told him she would not call the police and if he dropped her off at the hospital. Complainant said that when the defendant dropped her at Memorial Hermann Greater Heights Hospital, Affiant observed visible injuries of the complainant while on the scene and appeared severe to the point of unrecognizable. Complainant had stitches in her head and behind her left ear. Complainant confirmed that the defendant's identity and name and date of birth. The affiant ran defendant through NCIC and TCIC and confirmed his identity. Complainant stated the pain level appeared to be high due to her shaking and moaning. Complainant also stated that she would like to press charges against him. Affiant contacted the Harris County Attorney's Office and spoke with the ADA and accepted the charges for aggravated kidnapping. Okay, so that's that on that one. I cannot imagine being in that type of situation. That's just awful. Just a second. Let me pull the other one. This is the one for kid. So it might be the same. But let's see. It's basic. It's the same thing. So they just copied and pasted it over, but it's the two charges. So they basically copied and pasted over the same statement for the two charges. So he has no bond. He's been remanded. He has no bond. Nakia had a $10,000 bond. She bonded out some point today. He has no bond. I did find him on Facebook, and I guess he posts on Facebook. Just a second, let me pull him up to show you guys. Let me see.
Nigga, I came out here to wallow. Fuck out, you heard me? Swear to God, you don't get this shit being regular. Ain't no regular nigga, you heard me? Swear to God.
Did you hear enough?
Man, we came out.
That's Boo. Okay, that's Boo right there. Hold on. I mean, I don't know. She might not have had a choice. She might have known from her good sense she wasn't going to sit up there and tell on him, because look what happened to the next woman. If that dude is over there at your house in hiding because he just beat somebody up, what are you going to line yourself up for, something? Let's see.
Where I'm from, man, I live all my family, all my niggas in the hood, you heard me? I didn't come out here to play. Nigga, I came out here to wallow. Fuck out, you heard me? Swear to God, you don't get this shit being regular. Ain't no regular nigga, you heard me? Swear to God, I don't fuck with regular bitches. I don't drink regular liquor. I don't drive regular cars. I don't wear regular clothes. You heard me? I swear to
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's Boo. This is Boo's page. He might not do regular stuff, but he posts up. So this is so he posted this on the 8th. Now, was he on this boat on the 8th? I do not know. But this was posted on the 8th, and that's the day that they said that's the day the incident occurred, when he went and handled Miss Ma'am the wrong way. So, girl, look at his picture. Oh, I don't, I was trying to find her on his page. I didn't see her on his page now. I don't know what that has to, maybe he doesn't post her up, but who knows. Anyway, that's what was going on with Miss Nakia Holmes. This was she got going on, and
Killing Louisiana, man. Come through and holler at us, man. Me, Tim, Rico, and Ox, man, we got over 100 in the show. We did this to bring this back to the booth for our people and show us how this dog shit go, man. We're gonna have niggas from all out around the country come and pull up and holler at us. Celebrities, everything. We need y'all to pull up. We got over 100 in here. We got Iceman Nick that made a real gold, real diamond piece for the best dog and show. It don't matter if you have a Frenchie, a poodle, a Yorkie, a bullet, a bulldog. Man, any dog you got, chow, bring your dog, man. We coming out the real way, bro. This one gonna be one for the books, man. We did this. We gonna have all our section. If you fuck with me, pull up. Everybody, we need everybody on my section, Rico section, Ox section, and Tim section, man. Come through and pull up, man. We gonna pack this bitch out the real way. How this?
okay, so they're having dog shows. Okay. All right. Okay, so Miss Ma'am was dealing with this guy and landed her right downtown, and she bonded out, and I don't know what Ma'am has going on now. Sir does not have a bond. He has no bond. I'm trying to think when his court date was. I don't even know if his court date's been set. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Not that it matters. If I were her, I don't know. I might be on some, I don't know. I don't recall. Cause he seems real high energy. And sometimes you start dating someone, you don't really know what you just got yourself into. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay, party name. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoever asked me, did I go to the district clerk? It is the district clerk, Marilyn Burgess, Harris County District Clerk. Let's see. Oh. Hold on. Okay. It's always something. I don't know if they're having maintenance right now. Hold on. I'm trying to get in. Okay, guys. If you want to know more about what's going on, just let me know. I'll see what I can find. You said they're dog breeders, or yeah. Well, for me, I'm just always leery about people who like to fight dogs. I don't know if I'm not saying that that's what they're doing. I have no idea if they're trying to do like a legit dog show. I don't know. Maybe it's breeders and, so it's a show for breeders. I'm not sure, but we have one designer dog, which is Portia. Portia's a Dapple Dotson, but Lambo, he's a rescue dog. So I'm not really into designer dogs. We ended up with Portia because that was a friend of my husband's. they they were breeding those dogs. So that's how we ended up with her. The next court date is 10/20. Okay. Oh, she has court tomorrow, right? So Nakia has court tomorrow. Now, come to think of it, and you're saying he's got court on the 20th. I wonder if he's going to get a bond because I'm sure that lady has got to be terrified. He seems like the type of guy I wouldn't really want to cross him. Yeah, I think she has court tomorrow, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so he is the 20th. What is that, Monday? Yeah. Well, we'll keep our left eye on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there's so much going on. It's like, my God, it's an overload of situations out here. He does seem capable. Girl, he seems real high energy. You know what I mean? Like one of those where you're like, just real, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Girl, she probably was trying to keep the peace over there. Cause I don't know. That's one of those where um blink two times. You know what I mean? Like she probably was terrified because who wants to tell on this guy, Mr. High Energy? Yeah. I mean, just the weapon alone, the tire iron, that's. Oh, I saw. So today we talked about that guy in Georgia, Bobby Lee Hunt. I went back and looked at his case. His court date. So he had his first appearance, of course, right? And obviously he has no bond. His arraignment is not until January 6th, if you can believe it. Like, what? They're not playing with him. They're like, look, sir, just go ahead and settle on in. You got 7R charges and all that foolishness. I'm talking about the guy we were talking about earlier today, Bobby Lee Hunt. Um, his next court date isn't until January. So he's probably done, which all of the charges that he has, he needs to be anyway. He needs to be kept off the streets. Um Miss Ma'am, I don't know what she's gonna do, but if they, if I were her, I'd probably be on pins and needles right now. Right. Which, like we were talking about earlier, with the young lady, Miss Kada Scott up there in Philadelphia, you know, the woman who had the complaint against Keon King prior to her, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure these offices are overloaded, but I guess it is really important to stay close to the victims to make sure they don't get spooked or change their mind. Because if somebody gets to you or someone tries to buy you, offer you money, threaten you, intimidate you, you know, that's a tough spot to be in. So I can only imagine how difficult that really must be. So I don't know. I'm sure it's really rough, but thankfully they know prostate or whatever they decided to do and they're able to bring it back. So that just stacks the charges on that guy to make sure that he doesn't get back out, and or maybe they can, there's maybe a little bit of trade for information to get Kata back home to her family, so we'll see. Yeah, they said that the victim didn't show up, so, I mean, I would imagine they still could have pursued, but because I mean, gosh, we've seen people get convicted of murder with circumstantial, so how is it, if you have actual evidence from the victim, you have enough information. I think we talked about this earlier. If you have enough information that, a kidnapping occurred, um, why maybe a deposition or previous statements couldn't be used because, if somebody, there's, I don't know, every state is different and every, prosecutor's office is different, but they have him now. And, there's just nothing that can be done. We can't turn back the hands of time, but girl, Bobby Lee is a fool. Okay. He's a fool. I was looking at the affidavits and the evidence that they collected in like the different crimes, the different cases, or the different victims, and different things like hair and bras and personal items and pictures. And he's a like legit, he's someone that they make movies about. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering if he ever, finished somebody off, because his file is like a little bit scary. Not to, you know, just it's kind of scary. So I'm surprised. And if he hadn't, you just never know if it would be like the next victim would turn out to be a homicide, because, people get spooked, something happens, someone says something, it goes up another notch. Because if he's been doing this for as long as they say they have, this is just the tip of the iceberg of people. They said that when they put him into CODIS, his name matched, like his DNA. It just started, it started pinging all kinds of all kinds of situations that his DNA was matching for. So weird. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys, that's what happened with Miss Nakia. That's what's going on. I'm gonna be honest. I wish her the best. She, uh, I don't know what. Look, I don't know this woman, but she is too. I'm gonna just say it like this: it's too late in the game to be making these type of mistakes. She already had been in some foolishness with her husband, and it's just a little bit too late in the game. Nobody wants to be going into jail, which she already did, but nobody wants to be going to the women's penitentiary in your mid 40s, going on 50 years old. When you like nice things, nice cars, you like to dress cute, all of these things, you like your man, all of these things, it is not the time to be playing around out here gangsta boo. Okay. It's time to hang up gangsta boo, and it's time. Gangsta boo days need to be over, especially when it is on the heels of a visit to the sheriff's department and in handcuffs. Mm-mm. That is not cute for a middle-aged woman. I know people were like, "What are you doing in here?" Which, I mean, are you the lady from the turkey leg hut? I'm sure there's plenty of attractive women in that damn jail, which is the sad part. But super grown, you know what I'm saying? She's 45. It's like, sis, come on now. And this man is 40 years old. He shouldn't be jumping fences. He shouldn't be beating up ex-girlfriends. He shouldn't be worried about some damn shoes. He's over here in this video talking about, I don't do this, I don't do that, I'm super nigga. Da, 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 da. He should probably have 200 pairs of shoes in his closet. What are you worried about a pair of shoes? He obviously wanted to beat that lady's ass. And he wanted that smoke, and this is what happened. So now everybody's got a case. Anyway, you guys, hey boo, how are you? So anyway, you guys, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We got some other stuff to talk about. So we'll get into it. I can't believe it's another Friday. This week has gone so fast. If you are on the replay, if this week has gone fast for you, make sure to check in. Let me know. But yeah, it's going super fast. Did I put this on Facebook too? Shouts out to everybody on Facebook. If you haven't tapped in on Facebook, tap in, hit the thumbs up for me. Because yes, that the engagement definitely helps. So make sure to tap in, make sure to hit the thumbs up and all of the things. If you're new, you're not subscribed, if you want to get notifications, the only way to do that is by either following my page or subscribing. And when you do that, you will be notified every time I go live, post a video, and do all of the things. Okay. If there's something else you want me to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow and we will get caught up on. I mean, y'all, I'm sure you guys' feeds are just full. There's so much going on. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for coming through. I will see you guys tomorrow. He said super fast. I'm out of town tomorrow till Sunday, then back to work. Okay. Well, enjoy. Hi, Janice. Hey, boo. How are you? You're on both. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Girl, the docket is full. Absolutely. What about the guy whose family locked him in the house? Are you talking about in Connecticut? Um, Kimberly Sullivan, the stepmother? Is that the one you're talking about? I'll have to find out. I know that they have been going back and forth on some things. Okay. I'll look and see what's going on. They've been going back and forth on some things. So, briefly, what I can tell you is this. So, the last few times they were in court, so he changed his name for his privacy, right? He changed his name and they have got to get his medical records and he does not want his new name out for his privacy. Mainly, he said he's afraid of her. He doesn't want anybody finding him, and he wants to be referred to like by some sort of code or whatever. He does not, they want to protect him. And her lawyer is fighting that this is an open proceeding. There's criminal charges. He is the complaining witness, and we have to be able to have his information. So they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a mess. No, David has not been charged. So I don't know. Maybe there's, obviously there's more to the story. There's more to the story, and not to say he didn't do it, but not to say he did do it. We don't really know. So, oh, you know what did happen, which we'll talk more about it in the morning. But London Thomas, they finally were able to arrest the mother and the son. So Jalen and Charla Pendergrass. They finally arrested them today, and Kim Worthy, the district attorney, is they are going to prosecute them. They're getting murder charges, and I think they're going to be arraigned tomorrow morning early. We'll talk about them real early. I don't have the energy to do it tonight, so I apologize, you guys, but it's a very important story, and I'm so happy after the way they did her. It turns out she was more than likely asphyxiated. They may have put her in some sort of like a Rubbermaid tote. He asked a friend to help him move a tote randomly to a car. And if you guys remember, the police got a tip that there was the SUV parked over at some random abandoned house. So the person that Jalen asked to help him move the tote into the car, I guess whenever it was on the news, was just like they called the police basically and reported that he asked me recently to help him move a tote into that van, into that car, whatever. And that was the they made that connection. So and I'm sure we're going to find more out because the police can't tell us everything. Number one, because all of the internet sleuths, right? They don't want anyone else out here working the case before they can work the case, because even though for some people it's entertainment, for some people it may not just be entertainment, they really may be on some truth, justice, and fighting for um justice for the victim. But you can't get in the way of law enforcement, because if you get in their way and it degrades the case, you might have somebody who doesn't need to be on the streets, not on the streets, right? So I think that we're going to see more and more that the police and the investigators, they're only going to release information when they need to, so that it helps release out some information to get some information back. But in terms of like, well, we got this tip and we got that tip, no, they're not going to tell us all that until they're ready for until they get the bag. You know what I mean? Once they want, now that it was very quiet, and I'm sure a lot of people felt like they weren't even doing anything to secure Jalen and Charla, but I'm sure they had their eye on them. And they were probably trying to keep them very close until they were ready to deliver those murder charges. So, and that's what they did today. So, and they will be arraigned tomorrow. So that's good news for the Thomas family and the people of the Inkster, and just the people period, because these young girls are just catching it really, really bad, unfortunately. um so sad. So hopefully London will get some justice. Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. I wanted to see if Kim Worthy's press release was up, and I was checking for it, and it wasn't loaded yet on the prosecutor website. I don't think it's on Facebook. I'll go check, because sometimes they will post it on Facebook, but then it'll be on the prosecutor's website on Wayne County. So I haven't gotten it yet. As soon as I get that, I'd like to have that, because they usually issue some sort of, it'll be some sort of long statement anyway. And then we'll have the Zoom hearings where they will be arraigned tomorrow. Either they'll have their first appearance, and I'm sure with murder there won't be any bond. With how they did and how they lied to police and all of that, how they led folk astray, I don't think they're gonna get bond. I just don't. So they'll probably be remanded into custody. They've had plenty of time to get their affairs in order and prepare for this. If Jalen killed that girl, he should have been getting himself prepped a long time ago for this day to come that he was going to have to answer. So that's it. That's all. Okay, you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. We'll get back into Miss Ma'am tomorrow for a bit, and then we'll get caught up on everything else. So I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful evening, and have a good night. Bye, guys.